Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. It's Thursday morning, March 3rd, 2011. We had another great day in the room today. Here's your live trading recap. Now what happened today, right? What's the most important thing we saw today? Well, Thursday morning, that means jobless claims. We had a day filled with jobs this morning. 8:30 jobless claims. We had productivity and costs at 8:30, which measures the labor industry's efficiency. And then later on in the morning, we had 10:30 nat gas. We had 10 o'clock non-ISM manufacturing, so retail sales, agricultural, so lots of job stuff today. And of course, Thursday morning, 8:30 jobless claims came out flat. So this morning, we didn't get a lot of news at 8:30 that moved the market around. But after, the market just seemed to drop like a rock. It was kind of strange the way the news happened this morning. News came out at 8:30, nothing really happening, and then 8:40, crude drops, gold drops, dollar jumps, right? So we didn't get much at 8:30, but guys, we also knew this morning we had news tomorrow at 8:30, and so we knew this morning that we were going to probably have an early close today. So whenever we have, again, non-farm payroll on Friday morning, I don't care about the other stuff. Non-farm payroll tomorrow morning means this afternoon we knew it was going to be pretty thin out there. So we thought to ourselves, well, we're probably not going to see that late morning run because people are probably taking off early, getting prepared for tomorrow's non-farm payroll number. So we knew expect an early close today as well. Now we had a nice wedge pattern on the gold, and we did a great job today on these markets, guys. We took time in our morning prep this morning to identify, right, if price rises, where do I trade? If price falls, where do I trade? And then we let the market come to us. This is the best way to trade because then you're not getting pushed around, right, like a boat without a rudder. All right, by identifying if price rises, here's where I'll buy or sell. If price falls, here's where I'll buy or sell, right? Then we simply sit back and wait for the market to come to us. That's exactly what we did today. And we noticed right away on the gold we saw a wedge pattern. Now one of the best ways you can trade a wedge is to buy the lows, sell the highs. But in this case, we saw price break the wedge and we had a failure pattern. And what I mean by that is when price breaks a wedge and then gets sucked right back up into that wedge, right, or breaks a wedge up top and then gets pulled down into the wedge below it again, that's a breakout failure. We saw that happen on gold today, and we drew a wedge pattern which was broken. We then bought the re-entry back into the wedge, took our profit at the highs of the wedge, and then sold, right? Sold the highs of the wedge all the way back down to the lows. It was a really easy trade, and we of course made it happen because we knew what we were waiting for. We defined ahead of time what we were waiting for. Now crude oil was even easier, right? Now crude, for the first time in a while, we had better price action on gold today than we did on crude. So we made most of our money on gold today, right? About 50-50, right? 3 or 4 trades on gold, 3 or 4 trades on crude. Had a pretty good day on both of them. Sideways range though on crude this morning. We sold the highs twice, right? That 102 even area on crude was really nice to us today. We saw crude had made a swing high at 102 even, had pushed new lows, and then all we did was we waited for crude to come back up to 102, shorted it once, it came back down, then back up again, we shorted a second time, and so we sold those highs at 102. And again, a good example, right? We had an hour or so heads up before we ever needed to get into that trade on crude. So we defined again that 102, and we waited for price to come up, and we were ready for the sell at 102. This was the 4th day in a row now we've hit our fast track profit goal. My goal is, whether you're a guest or a member, okay, whether you're a guest of ours or whether you're a member, my goal is I'm going to give you the exact entry, the exact stop loss, the exact profit target so that everyone can trade along with me. And I know if you're a guest, right, my goal is 30 ticks a day. So I know if you're a guest in my trade room, if I can make you 30 ticks a day, right, after a couple days, you're going to realize this method works. If you're a member, right, you've already learned this method. If I can make it 30 ticks a day while you're practicing, that's going to put all the wind at your back. That's going to give you all that confidence, and using the materials with our live training sessions, the one-on-one, right, custom fit trade plan, that's the best way to learn. Okay, you've got all the materials you need to know, but then in the trade room every day, I'm going to get you started by getting you into these profitable trades. Okay, then that puts the wind at your back, making you money every day, so you're earning while you're learning. So whether you're a guest or a member, I give you guys the exact entry, the exact stop, and the exact target, so I can prove to the guests this method works. And then of course, if you're a member, I can reinforce the materials that you've already learned, right, in your one-on-one trainings. All right, guys, it's a fantastic way to learn, and of course, we had a great day because of it. Now, again, what made us the money today was that we defined where we wanted the price to go, and we waited for price to come to us, right, rather than trying to force trades where every price moved. So we let the market come to us this morning, and you can see here it worked out pretty well. Now you've got the fast track trades on the bottom and the advanced method trades on the top. So you can see here the advanced method trades, right? We got 839, right? 915. So 2, 4, 6, 7 trades for the advanced method. 2, 4, 6, 8 trades for the fast track. You'll notice at 9:45 here, we hit our goal today. At 9:45, right? We had taken 6 total trades, right? We had 2 losses, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 total trades. We had, of course, 1 scratch in 839. We totaled 30 ticks of profit. And again, we hit our goal at 9:45, and everyone went to demo. All right, guys. And again, I gave you guys the exact entry, the exact profit target, and the exact stop. All right. So all you had to do was just make sure that you got in there where I told you guys to get in. And I gave you plenty of time to do so. So it wasn't that fast you couldn't catch up. Plenty of time to do so. Now up top here, you can see we took pretty much the same trades today. There were a couple trades that I couldn't get into. That 841, that wave pattern short, I missed that one. Right, that was a really good trade too. Missed that one on the advanced method, but got on the fast track. So you'll see there's a couple trades here where I may have missed it. But again, the fast track method, you'll get the exact entry, stop, and target. The advanced method, I'm using the time and sales, the speed, momentum. I'm using dynamic indicators to tell me when to get into the market with the advanced method. So sometimes you may see I'll be in a little bit earlier, a little bit later. All right, guys, but again, for the fast track, all you have to do, though, is just make sure you get in exactly at the price that I told you to, and you'll make the money right along with us. So 167 ticks on the advanced method, 30 ticks in our goal today on the fast track method. Now, up top here, you can see that's 60, right, $6,000 here for the week on the advanced method. We have over $1,100 on the fast track method. Okay, now that's only 4 days this week here, too. You can also add in the $500 we made right down here from last week, right? Oh, this is Monday this week, but the end of last month. So you can see here we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row hitting the goal in the fast track. We made $1,100 this week in the fast track, guys. Really great job. And again, there's no reason why a guest couldn't achieve that as well. All right, guys. So even if you're not a member, you'll still make that $1,000 this week so far. So we're going to try to finish this off next week, or tomorrow, I should say. Right, tomorrow, March 4th, Friday. We'll try to finish off a perfect week here on the fast track. So we made $6,000 this month so far on the advanced method. Only got 3 days so far here. So we're averaging about $2,000 a day right now. And you can see here $70,000 for the year so far, right? So we've only traded 2 months and boy, half a week, right? So $70,000 in 2 months, not too bad. All right, guys. So there's our totals for the day here, totals for the week, totals for the month. We'll keep you guys posted throughout the rest of the month. Now here on gold, again, we hadn't seen a lot of action on gold all week, but here was the main things you wanted to be looking for here on gold. First of all, here's my price channel, right? You see in green here, this is a major price channel. Now this is my 34 range chart, and I used an 89 range chart to make it easier to find that price channel. All right, this is a 34 range chart, but I used an 89 range chart to find this price channel, right? Made it easier to find it. And of course, you'll notice, you can also see here, we have a wedge, right? Now this wedge, this was where we made our money today. Now what happened was, we had price on the gold here, came down, bounced off the 1418.3. When it came back up, it was then going back into the wedge, so I bought the entry here above 23s. We took our profit at the high of the wedge, and then sold the highs and took profit back at the lows again. Right? This is a very simple pattern, guys. And again, once again, whenever we see price break out of the wedge and then come right back up in, I'm going to buy that entry back up in, take my profit off at the high of the wedge, and then of course we got right back in two-step pattern short, sold the highs, and took profit back to lows. Right? There were a couple other options today on this, but these were the two big trades we took today. And let's take a look. So again, it was a wedge pattern. Now here's my 13 range chart. So we're going a lot faster now, right? Much faster. This is perfect for day traders. Now remember that wedge pattern? Well, that wedge was pretty much right here, right? Here's where that wedge was. Okay, so there's that wedge, right? See that wedge right there? Okay, so trend line up top here to here, right? There was the wedge. All right, guys. Now, what began originally here, again, look at 8:30 here. We had 8:30 news this morning. Now, again, we had jobless claims at 8:30 this morning. So you'll see here, nice two-step pattern short, right? Had to skip that one because it happened right at the news. Okay, so no trade there for me for a two-step short. Obviously, would have loved that trade. Price comes down. We bought the lows here. We took this with a two-step pattern long. That was a fast track scratch. It was a winner on, right? A winner on the 4 range chart. We made our 10 ticks or $100 there on the 4 range chart. And then really disappointed in myself here. I missed this wave pattern short. You're probably looking at this going, boy, look at that wave pattern, right? I missed it. This was a classic example of the fast track, right? It was a fast track win. Okay, right here at 841. So at 841, right? 841 on the gold. This was a fast track win. And I gave you guys the exact entry here of 23.5. Okay, but the problem was I was too busy giving you guys the exact entry. I missed my entry on it altogether. And before long, it had already come tumbling down. This was one of those classic examples of just me trying to be an educator before being a trader. You know, I wanted to make sure you guys knew exactly where to get in. See, the big difference is that for the fast track traders out there, I'm going to tell you guys, right, get in right here, right? Get in right here at 23.5. Well, of course, in the meantime, I'm trying to find that level for you. I'm not watching my specific entry rules, and I missed the trade. So it was a fast track winner. Right, I was sitting on the sidelines though as the rest of you guys were counting up your money. So you can see here that's a fast track winner. All right, now remember there were a bunch, right? There was a trend line here. Okay, there was a trend line here. So you'll see we're not going to sell into this trend line, and then of course we're not going to use the wave pattern for that trend line either. So we had to skip all this action here, right? Because there was a trend line here on my 34 range chart. Now again, remember. What's going to happen is once it's a little bit easier here, right? Once we broke, right? Once we broke out of the, once we broke out of this, right about there, right? So now once we broke out of this down here, it's quickly now going to fail, right? So we try to see some sellers down here below the wedge. Obviously it fails. I tried to get involved with the two-step pattern long here, but you'll notice momentum didn't confirm. So we wait for it to look perfect. We come up, wave pattern long, and again, this is all based upon the idea that this price tried to break below the wedge and then came right back up above into the wedge. Right? That's a failure. I basically look at that and say, okay, clearly they didn't have enough sellers down here to keep it going. Not enough sellers, that means look for the buy side. We come right back up. Momentum does not confirm here until I get into that wave pattern long here at 9:15. And again, you can see here I gave you guys the exact entry here, 25.7. I took it at 25.1. Now again, a wave pattern, I'll get long on a wave pattern based upon tape reading for the advanced method, but for the fast track method I use the 4 range chart to find the exact entry of 25.7 to give you. Okay, so that's why 25.1 is my entry for the advanced method, but 25.7 for the fast track. All right, if you're going to use a limit order, it's got to be a really good entry, and 25.7 was the earliest you could get. So it's a wave pattern long. I took 2 off at 5 is 10, plus 10 is 20, plus 4 is 24. It was also a fast track win. So I finally got myself into a trade there after missing that wave pattern short I was so disappointed in. We finally get the wave pattern long here. And again, we're taking all of our profit off. There's a trend line up here, right? So we'll take all of our profit off at that trend line. Now at that point, we noticed momentum had already gone overbought and began curling down. When momentum curls over, right, from the top and points down, I'm now looking for a two-step pattern short. We come right back down. I'm going to use this swing low right here. I'm going to use that swing low right there, break below that swing low, and there's your short. So again, we had the here was the lower end of the wedge. So we're going to trade into the highs here, right? We'll take our profit off at the highs of the wedge. And then we're going to sell this thing, right? Bring it right back down now to the lows of the wedge. And again, give you guys the exact entry there, 22.4, the exact target and the exact stop. So once again, right, it's a wave pattern long. Take your profit target off at the high of that wedge. We then see momentum curl over. I mark up my swing low. We break below that swing low. Right, entry there at 22.4. Right, I took it the same time as you. 10, 20. Right, look at that, 24 for the runner. That's a 44 tick winner. Okay, so again, we knew we had that trend line right here. So again, we took all of our profit off at the perfect location. Right, sell the highs of the wedge. Take your profit off at the lows of the wedge. Another fast track win, a 44 tick winner there on the gold, and you can see that's how we made our money on gold today. All right, let's keep moving. That was a pretty easy scenario there. I was disappointed, obviously, that I missed that wave on the gold 13 right here. That would have obviously padded our account a little bit more, but we still had a really good day, right? Sometimes you're going to show up late for the trade. No big deal. Take the next one. Here's the crude. Now the crude oil, boy, we really stroked this one today, guys. This is a great example on crude today. Now right away, similar on gold, right? There's your price channel, but then in the middle of the price channel, we see this wedge, and we actually zoomed in a little bit closer, and we noticed that there was a sideways range here, right? There was my sideways range. So we knew we had major support, right, at that 137 area, and we also knew we had major resistance up here at 102. Okay, so we defined 102 as the high of the sideways range, right? 100.37 was the low of the sideways range, and we said if we come down here, I'm going to buy these lows. If we come up top, I'm going to sell these highs. Now, eventually, we did get down to the lows today, but that was after we had tested the highs twice. All right, and we sold twice off those highs at 102. So this is a really good example here. Look at this next chart. On this next chart here, this is what happened this morning. And so now you can see here, right, again, we come out and we're going to tumble. Now this was really early in the morning, right? This is 1 a.m., right, Eastern time. So this is where we get those lows, right? Now we define where our lows are. Then we come jumping back up, right? And then of course at 4:30 a.m., right, double top, we mark the highs. So now it's really easy for us to see where the lows are and where the highs are. Okay, now we began trading this morning at about 8 o'clock, right? So here's 8 a.m. right there. Okay, so when we come in, we are right in the middle now. Well, not the middle, right? The lower third, okay, of this sideways range. Now, if you recall, I was really surprised that this move down didn't test the lows. See that, guys? It didn't get there. Now, normally, this will end up doing this, right? Normally, it'll go like this. It'll come up and then come back down and then give us the big move. So I was really, kind of conservative here, not trying to get me into that trade because it hadn't tested the low yet, right? I wanted to see that low of day really tested. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the test of the low of day. Okay, this was close, but no cigar. Okay, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Not a test of the lows. So we didn't get a chance to buy down here. We go right back up to the highs. And of course, this is why I said, right, we had planned this well in advance. And we said, guys, if we get up to the 102s again, we need to be a seller at these highs. We sold once here, right? We sold the highs once here at 9:45. We then came right back up. Now, of course, at this point, though, we had 10:30 news, so I skipped that one. Came right back down, right back up again. There it is, my second one. So in all reality, you could have had three here, but one of them happened at 10:30, so I skipped it because of nat gas news, right? And you've got to be a little bit crazy, right, to be trading the crude when the nat gas news is coming out, right? Two finite commodity resources. So guys, this is where those trades came. And as you can see, guys, we didn't do much else than just say, all right, there's my sideways range. Let's sell the highs. Let's buy the lows, right? We did not get a chance to buy the lows, didn't test the lows, but we got 1, 2, 3 chances to sell the highs, right? All we did was wait for the market to come to us. Now let's take a look a little bit closer at these. Okay, think about 9:45 and 11 o'clock, right, where we tested those twice. So here's what the actual charts look like. Now again, I use a much faster time frame. Here's a 4-range chart. And again, there's my 102 even at the highs there. We're going to go up. We're going to break through 102 even. We'll pull back just a little bit, right? There's my swing low. Break below that swing low. I gave you guys the exact entry. 101.92 is the entry. 101.82 is your target, right? That's a plus 10 winner for the fast track. I got the plus 10, 21.32, right? So 320 USD for that short for me there at 9:45. That was a fast track winner. Everybody grab that one. And then follow me over here, right? Here's going to be, you know what, an hour and a half later here at 11 o'clock. Okay, now here we are at 11 o'clock now. Right back up to those highs again. Now, see, here was actually a two-step pattern long, too. It's kind of funny because two-step pattern long off the lows, but it wasn't the lows, though, right? The lows are way down here, so I didn't take that two-step pattern long. We get right back up to the highs again. There's my 102, right? Swing low, there's one option. Swing low, there's two options. Swing low, there's three options. All right? I gave you guys two specific entry points there, 83 to 73. 73 to 63. Okay, it doesn't matter which one you took. All right, if you took both of them, you made money on both. If you took just one of them, the more conservative was the lower of the two. That way we could actually get below the trigger lines, all the support. And again, you can see 11 o'clock here, guys, 101.79, 10, 20, 32, 320 USD. All right, guys. So you can see here, that's how we ended up getting into those two-step pattern shorts on the crude today. Right? Great job today, though. Great job. So the word of the day today was do your homework. Right? Plan ahead. As you can see here now, let's wrap things up. Right? So once again, right, 30 ticks is our goal in the fast track. We hit that 30-tick goal there with ease this morning after 9:45. So we were done in the fast track trading live after 9:45. Then we moved to a demo. Right? Our goal on the advanced method, though, is $1,000. I hit that goal once again today. And as you can see here, right, all winners. Right? All winners there. Had a scratch to begin with, but then had some really nice big winners there on gold, and then finished up with a huge winner there, right, on the crude. All right, guys? So fantastic job today. I'm really proud of you guests and members out there that are making money with me every day with the fast track. The fast track is one of the easiest ways to earn while you're learning. All right, if you have any questions for this stuff, guys, come in tomorrow morning. We'll be doing Friday. We got lots of time for questions on Friday morning, so let's prep for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, March 4th, 8:30 non-farm payrolls, right? That was the big news number, okay? Now, non-farm payrolls, okay, this is almost as big as Fed Day, right, as meeting minutes from the Fed. This is a big news number tomorrow. So that's why this afternoon, on a Thursday afternoon, we said expect an early close, because people are worried about what that non-farm payroll will be tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock, we have factory orders tomorrow. Now, in my opinion, when we have non-farm payrolls at 8:30 and then 10 o'clock news, you're going to see the market die at 10:30 tomorrow. Okay, so once 10 o'clock news comes out, depending on what the market reaction is, now assuming we don't get any news chatter about supply for crude oil again, okay, that's the one variable. All right. If they start talking about supply and demand about crude like they've been doing all week this week, we may see a really volatile end of the morning tomorrow morning on Friday. But statistically speaking, right, in the long run, you're going to see the Friday mornings with the non-farm payrolls, it will be ending soon. All right, guys. So if you got a lunch date tomorrow, you can move it up a little bit, right? We'll probably be done a little bit earlier tomorrow. We'll take all the time you guys need, though, to answer all your questions for beginners type questions. So come out tomorrow, bring your beginners questions. We'll have plenty of time to answer advanced questions too, but we like to focus on the beginner stuff on Fridays. So that's tomorrow on Friday morning. And then don't forget, guys, when you guys come in tomorrow morning, the trade room opens up at 7:45. All right, we'll do a webinar at 11:30 tomorrow. And of course, before you log into the trade room, grab a copy of the morning prep on the blog. Okay, the morning prep, the daily prep, it's posted every morning at 7:45. It covers all the markets we're looking at, all the news for the day, and it will even give you those important levels of support and resistance to work with. Okay, you could have used that today and then simply sold the highs right along with me without even being in the room. All right, guys, so the market prep is posted at 7:45. We'll do beginners type training tomorrow at 11 o'clock. If you are a brand new trader and you want to trade along with me in the trade room as a guest, the beginners course is a perfect place to start. It'll give you the patterns, the rules, the morning routine we go through, the tools we use, the terms we use as traders, the markets we trade. It's going to give you a firm foundation of knowledge so that when you're taking these fast tracks with me, you'll understand why I'm talking and what I'm talking about. All right, guys? So the beginner's course, a great orientation for what will later be in the live trade room. All right, now, if you want any membership information, all right, guys, anyone who's looking to get involved as a member, please contact our sales team. If you have any trading questions, any trading feedback, I would love to hear from you. My name is Joseph James. I'm JJ at schooltrade.com. And of course, we'll come right back and see you guys tomorrow morning at 7:45. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 7:45 a.m. All right, great job today in the room. Another day, fourth day in a row this week of hitting our profit goals. Everyone can trade along with us, no matter whether you're a guest or a member. And as always, we love your feedback. Keep it coming. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Adios, amigos.